I'm gonna talk now about how you can show empathy to your child. So, empathy is a way how you can listen to people. You put yourself in the person's shoes. You try to see what the person feels, and then you show understanding to the person. So, it's very important to show empathy because when someone feels that we understand him or her, that person can open up, that person can be vulnerable and express his or her feelings. And children need that from adults, especially their caregivers. They need to feel safe. So when we show empathy to a child will feel safe and will not hide his or her feelings. And we are going to know what happens to the child, and we are going to be able to influence the child. But sometimes something goes wrong when children talk about their problems, the things that happen to them. They don't feel like we understand. And when they don't feel understood, they will be upset, and sometimes they will end up hiding things from us and not having us as their safe person. And I want to say first about some things that don't work when we listen to children. And after that, I will show an example of how we can show empathy. So, some things that don't work. The first thing is when we react to what the child says and we criticize or we get upset, scold the child. And let's say that your child tells you that he or she hit a kid at school. So your child is gonna say, I was really upset at a friend today and I just hit him. And then you say, why did you do that? That's wrong. I told you so many times that you shouldn't do that. You might have a problem now. You might be expelled from school. Irresponsible. This will cause the child to feel really rejected, and then, as I said, the child might not want to open up to you anymore. And it's very interesting because sometimes it's hard to hold our feelings of disapproval, but the best thing is to stay neutral, to try to understand the child. So the second thing is when we approve of the child. Some people think that showing empathy means that we approve, that it's right to do something, but empathy doesn't have anything to do with approving or disapproving. Empathy is neutral. Empathy means accepting the child's feelings without judgment. So let's say that you would tell the child, oh, okay, that's completely right, and you should do this, you should defend yourself, you shouldn't let people hurt you, and you don't do anything. A third possibility is giving advice. He's saying, well, when you face something like that, the best thing is if you go to the teacher and you tell the teacher what happened, or you talk to an adult. And the fourth thing that might happen with the first one is if you punish the child. So because you did this, now you're gonna become 1 week without playing video game. Okay, now I wanna give you an example of empathy, how you can show empathy. And I'm gonna kind of play a conversation with you now. So I'm gonna play like you are as the parent and the child, what one might say to the other. So let's say that your child talks to you, I just hit a kid at school today. And then you say, oh, you might be really upset for doing that. Oh, yeah, I was really upset because he pushed me. Oh, you don't like when kids push you, right? I don't like, and he has been doing this every day. Oh, okay, so you're really tired of that. You couldn't take anymore. Yes, but now I am in trouble. Oh, so something happened to you? Yes, the teacher knew about that, and then she sent me to the office. Oh, wow. And now you might be in trouble. So what happened? Oh, yeah, I cannot go to school. I have to miss school for a day. Oh, they punished you and you're feeling bad because of that. Yes, I'm feeling really bad, because now the teacher, the principal, they are disappointed at me. Oh, you don't like that when people are disappointed at you, right? And you might also be worried that I would be disappointed at you. Yes, I am, because I don't like when you are disappointed at me. That's really hard. Okay, so you are worried that I am disappointed as well. And I wonder if you're feeling guilty. Yes, I'm feeling guilty. And I think I shouldn't have done that. I should maybe I should have talked to the teacher and do something about that, but I think that wasn't the best way of handling the situation. Okay, so you think that the next time you're gonna do different, right? You're not gonna do that anymore. I don't think that this is good. Yeah, I don't think, but I couldn't control myself. Okay, yeah, sometimes it's hard to control oneself, right? So, and you don't like when you cannot control yourself. You like to be always in control. Yes, but I think it's the best thing is talking to the teacher. And I want to also kind of apologize to the child. Okay, so you think it would be good to apologize for your friend because you think that it wasn't good to do that. Yes, I want to apologize to him because I like him. Yeah, sometimes he pushes me, but I like him. He's my friend. Okay, so uh, you want to make things up with him, and you kind of want to keep that friendship with him. Yes, I want to do that. Okay. So in this conversation, I was showing how you process the child's feelings with him. And it's interesting that the child can find the solution for his problems himself without you having to give advice. Sometimes you can give advice, but not before you talk about the child's feelings and you process his feelings with him. So that's the most important thing because when children feel well, they will also have a good behavior. So, good behavior is not as much a consequence of advice or punishment as parents sometimes think. Parents think that for the child to have a good behavior, they need to uh, give advice, scold, and punish. But these things actually work the opposite as we think. Later, I want to explore more and explain about this. But right now, what I want to explain is that by listening to the child and helping the child with the child's feelings, it's going to help the child to not only feel better and process his feelings, but also to have a better behavior. And also, very interesting that when you have this kind of compassionate and empathic talking with a child, you are giving an example of yourself. You're being a role model because this child who receives this compassion from you will give the same compassion to people at school or other places. Because if you're always scolding and punishing the child, you are teaching this child to retaliate and to be angry. So, the, remember, your example is the best teacher to your child.